Do you think of yourself as too empathetic? Do you feel like you give too much? Does it seem like you spend all your energy listening and holding space for others, leaving you feeling hurt and neglected when they don't reciprocate? You may think of yourself as a kind, caring person, maybe even seeing this quality as one of the reasons people should love you. So it can be devastating when this seems taken for granted by others. It can lead to confusion when you give and others just seem to take and take. Now, if this describes your experience, I want to tell you, you're not alone. In this video, I'll help you find a balance to know how to show up for others in ways you believe in, but not leave your needs or perspective on the table. We can misunderstand empathy in ways that leaves us actually feeling less connected to others instead of bringing us closer. We don't have to give up on empathy, though, and I'm going to teach you a critical mindset shift that will help you transform empathy into your superpower. When you understand these concepts, you can show up for others while cultivating curiosity and connection. You can build mutual trust and support instead of what you're used to. You give, others take and take. Sometimes we hear empathy described as the ability to feel what someone else feels, but I don't think that's quite right. I teach empathy as the ability to attune to the experience of another. That's it. Attunement to another's experience. What's it like to be them in a given moment? Now, this is simple but powerful, not only in what it is, but also in what it's not. You see, empathy is not feeling what someone else feels, not completely. You know how tofu, the food, takes on the flavor of whatever you're cooking it in? Well, we're not emotional tofu, just taking on the qualities of whatever we're exposed to. Just because someone else is sad, lonely, excited, or whatever, it doesn't mean we have to absorb that fully and have the exact same experience. Now, this is critically important. Attuning to someone's emotions is the ability to say, hey, I'm sensing some deep feelings in you, and then being curious about that. This is a far cry from taking on all of their emotions yourself. In fact, I think it's impossible to do both. If all you do is adopt the same feelings as the people around you, you're not capable of meeting them where they are and fully supporting them. The inability to distinguish between your own emotions and someone else's isn't empathy. It's a form of codependency. To really show up for someone with empathy, you need the ability to attune to their big emotions without personalizing or co-opting their experience as your own. So think about the day-to-day experience of people in caretaking jobs. If a nurse couldn't distinguish between their own emotions and those of their patients or families, it would be overwhelming and there would be no way to have a personal life outside of work. They'd always be exhausted being on that emotional roller coaster every time they went into a patient room. They need to be open and present for their patients, respect and honor their pain, but also recognize there is a boundary between themselves and their patients. It's the only way to do that job well, but stay emotionally grounded for their family, friends, and other patients. Without boundaries, empathy simply doesn't work. If you're sitting with someone who's experienced something big, of course you're going to feel a part of that with them. You're not unmoved by that. But if someone feels like you're as deep in their emotions as they are, the question of who's supporting whom becomes a problem. You can't support someone else if they have any sense that they need to help regulate your emotions in that moment. So if you want to be great at empathy, you need to have great boundaries. You can't be present for someone else if you're as deep in their emotions as they are. Now, we're not robots either. We are designed literally with a specific kind of neuron in the brain to mirror others' emotions, but it's a balance. So what do boundaries look like with empathy? Well, here's a few ideas for you. First, as I mentioned, it's important to differentiate between someone else's emotions and your own. Of course, we're all moved by those big moments our loved ones experience, but your ability to check in on your own feelings means you'll be able to hold space for someone without getting exhausted. I have a really helpful video about validating others' emotions. I've linked it above and encourage you to check that out when you're done with this one. Second, understand your motivations. If you're leaning into someone else's emotions in an effort to earn love from them, you may often be disappointed. Honest emotional support isn't transactional. It's given freely because we genuinely want to be present for someone, to connect with them. Third, empathy is not agreeing with someone. You're not taking a stand on any particular issue besides the commitment to listen and hold space. Now, this becomes really important in disagreements with your partner. Trying to understand your partner's feelings doesn't mean you're giving up on your own perspective. We can have profound disagreements and still lean into each other's emotions. Hey friends, I'm working on a project I think you'll be really excited about. Based on over 10 years of working with couples, I'm developing an online workshop to help couples reduce conflict and build connection in their relationships. I'm really excited to make this available. Now, it's still in the final production stages, but I want to give you the earliest possible access to it. Just click the link below to be notified when it's available. Now, the first cohort will receive a big discount, so getting early access will also save you some money. I'd love to get you involved, so click the link so we can stay in touch. Fourth, empathy is rooted in curiosity. Ask, don't tell someone what they're feeling. Even if you can guess correctly, it's far more supportive to help create space for someone to state their feelings and needs instead of being told what those are. If you do want to make an empathic guess, that can be a powerful way to help someone feel seen and heard. This often goes better if we ask if something is the case, instead of just stating our perception or evaluation as fact. Some great empathic questions to ask include things like these. What was that like for you? How did that feel? I wonder if you may have felt whatever in that moment. Was it that? Or just simply, how can I support you in this? Of course, the possibilities are endless here, but just remembering that curiosity is the core of empathy can help. When you can be present for someone without pursuing your own agenda and without confusion about your own emotions in the moment, you can show up for someone more fully. Now, let's get back to the question I asked at the beginning of this video. Do you feel like you give and give without others being present for you? And what do you do about this? I'm not a fan of one-size-fits-all answers in these things, but maybe there's a boundary to be set with someone. Perhaps there's an opportunity to help someone in your life gain a better understanding of what you need from them. Also, check in on your own expectations. Are you showing up for someone just because you care, or are you expecting something in return? This is a tricky question because nobody wants to be in a one-sided relationship. At the same time, if you realize you're showing up for someone out of some idea that you'll earn their love, it may be time to reconsider that. Love isn't earned. It's given freely. So any love you think you may earn by listening to someone else's feelings may not turn out like you hope in the future. If someone's love has to be earned, that's not a recipe for long-term connection. It's a recipe for ongoing transactionalism and makes you susceptible to gaslighting and other forms of manipulation. Are we trying to build connection and intimacy, or are we trying to earn something from somebody? When you get clear on this, you may be better able to choose people who will also show up for you in non-transactional ways. Now, I say that like it's easy. I know it's not. Finding people in your life who can reciprocate your commitment to them can take a lot of patience and persistence. But in the end, it's worth it when you're connected with people who understand mutual support and show up for you too. None of this happens without boundaries, without the ability to state your needs and understand someone else's. So in the end, I don't think it's possible to be too empathetic as long as we have a good understanding of what empathy really means. If you believe yourself to be too empathetic, maybe take a look at those boundaries and expectations and see what you find. Okay, friends, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, be well.